um, Reverend Dr. Samuel Elcock. I've been a minister over 34 years. Um, I've been assigned to this church this year is 21 years, pretty long time. But generally speaking, streaming, especially if it's done from your home environment, it can be very challenging in view of the fact that we are not familiar with this. Streaming from the church environment is a little bit easier because the guys would have access to all of the equipment, so that's much easier. But of course, we are prepared to do what we have got to do to have the gospel being spread. So even though it was challenging, we really enjoyed ministering the word of God despite that. The church, from a theological perspective, which is called the ecclesia, really speaks to those persons who are Christians. The church, as we will call it, which consists of a building, is really a place where we gather for worship. This is a place where we come to fellowship with each other. So when we come into the building, we come to fellowship. But the church itself speaks of those persons who are Christians. So wherever we go, the church goes because we are ministers of Christ. Only last night, I was in conversation with a medical doctor who is a Christian, and I asked her the very same question. And she said to me, quite frankly, that she prefers at this point in time, given the situation of what she's seen, the fact that the church is considered mass, several hundred people are going to meet. So whilst we would want the churches to be opened, I think we have got to be more concerned about the medical condition of our people. Are we putting them at risk? I honestly would love to have the church open. I really would love to interact with my people as I would have been accustomed to. But I really do not want to bring my people to a place where they are going to be, where their life is going to be compromised and their health compromised. Well, let's examine the church here at Ruby, where almost 10 persons are involved in ministry. How are we going to determine the other 10? That's difficult. For me, I would prefer to just remain as we are, streaming. Those persons who are going to be involved in ministry for that particular day, I would prefer to have them here, and then all others view from home. Because we have got janitors who clean the church. We've got a head trustee who takes absolute care of this facility. So let's say, for instance, we are going to be coming here when the church does open back for worship. Our intention is to ensure that the ushers at the door has got liquid to sanitize the hands of those persons who are coming in. Even when it comes to our offering, even that we are examining very carefully, and we're going to be putting systems in place to ensure that offering basket does not have to be passed from hand to hand. The persons in charge, like myself, the pastors, have got to make sure that persons understand clearly that while the church doors may be open, only 20 persons are allowed. Now, of course, there are churches that has got only 10 people and 15. Although remember that congregation can go because they fall within the framework. But churches that has got 200 and 300 persons has got to make it very clear only 20 persons are allowed. But I'm of the view that Barbados has got some of the best doctors and nurses that one can think about. There are persons who come from other countries to Barbados for medical treatment. So I think that we need to really thank God for the kind of medical personnel that we've got. I do not think that they get the kind of credit that they deserve to have. As a matter of fact, I have been exposed quite a bit to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, particularly when I go to visit members or the members of some other person's family have been there all hours of the night. And I think that as a Barbadian, we need to be thankful to God for an institution like the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. This is a time when one has to really understand the call to ministry. We must understand what God has called us to. For too long, there are persons who thought that Christianity has to do with the way you are attired. They thought that Christianity is just a matter of coming to church and bring your Bible and come and sing and rejoice and stay away from certain things. But Christianity is much more serious than that. Christianity speaks of suffering. Christianity speaks of being hated. Christianity speaks about standing up for what you believe. And so, therefore, those of us who are called by the name of Christ, we are going to be tested. This is the time in which we are going to be tested. So, it offers us an opportunity to take an introspection, reevaluate our position, and ask ourselves a very critical question. When things become worse than they are right now, am I still going to be prepared to stand up for what I believe? The time has come when we can no longer just talk Christianity. We've got to live it, because the enemy is going to attack us and attack us worse than he's ever attacked us before. And so therefore, those persons who are prepared to stand up, even if it means that they're going to lose their lives, those are the ones who God is depending on. So Christianity has to be seen from a different perspective as would have been seen in the past. And I sincerely hope that everybody who calls him or herself by the name of Christ would really think seriously about what they have signed up for.